Hey there, and welcome to the round of 16 in the Lali-Ho League. We've got a match tonight, game one, between Nightdew and xPankraz, the 31 seed versus the 15 seed. I am Sheep Launcher. I'm here with Bad Karma on the mics. Bad Karma, this is one of the most anticipated draws of the round of 16. I don't expect this to disappoint tonight.
Nah, Pankraz has been playing excellently throughout the event. Nightdew had to go through a play-in and to get this far. Not only did the play-in, but got through the best or round of 32 as well. So has been playing very excellent free enterprise as well. These two are fantastic runners, and I'm looking forward to this matchup. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, Nightdew is the lowest remaining seed left in the tournament. Upset the number 2 seed of Stone Dingley in the round of 32 to get here. You know Nightdew, he's a veteran. He reached the round of 16 way back in the Bull Gauntlet. xPankraz looking to equal his mark in Highway to the Three Zone, where he reached the semifinals. So it should be a really, really exciting match. And taking a look at these objectives, our runners have to complete 4 of the 5. You've got your standard classic forge, where you hand the legend sword and the adamant to Kokol. He gives you nothing in return except the satisfaction of getting an objective. Completing Cave Magnus, trading away to Pinktail, and 2 boss hunts tonight. Defeat Evil Wall, defeat Elements.
Oh yeah!
Defeat anything that starts with an E right here. Both of those in their vanilla spots would be very spicy.
Yeah, and having the evil wall behind the Luca key, if that's anywhere up on the moon, it's going to really, give our runners a hard time to find it and get back down. And then also elements, we have not seen a lot of the giant in this event because one of the new flags is this vanilla giant flag, where once you enter the giant, you can't leave until you beat those 2 bosses. So I suspect that only if our runners are feeling they really need to gamble would they be going and checking for vanilla elements. But you never know. Crazier things have happened.
Yep, and it looks like we have a Sid start. Sid starts at a fairly high level for a starting character, so our runners should be able to get off to a quick start.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that dwarf kit as we've been moving into the bracket stage. In the Swiss rounds, we had started off with a dwarf axe, a strength ring for the Sid. Now we have a random kit and some money, and we'll see if Sid gets anything useful.
Round of 16 is underway.
I mean, it's been underway. Hey, that's a Rosa, though.
And that's an adamant. So one half of one objective already in their pockets. Sid and Rosa is a very nice start.
If you know what's an even nicer start, that was 78,000 GP. One of the starting kits is a money GP anywhere between 20,000 and 80,000, I believe. 78,000. Our runners are going to be really happy about that. Sheep Launcher, do you know why I'm so excited for these runners?
Because money is going to be really hard to come by.
Oh, yes. You're going to see a whole lot of 0 GP chests out there because things sell for 0. And if they sell for 0, the junk that would be in the chest that is converted to GP is also 0. So our runners are going to have to really do some, smart looting and smart shopping because they're not getting a lot of money.
And Nightdew is heading straight to the Watery Pass. The treasure chests are on the pro setting, which means they are weighted a little bit to reward more out-of-the-way checks. And nice Watery Pass so far, a cursed ring and a longsword and a black sword.
Yeah, and an ether too there. We shouldn't, gloss over that. We find the, Fusoya is in this flag set. He is available. So gonna need to manage his MP because may not want to go and spend money on 10 cabins or 10 tents, depending on how stingy you want to be with this gold and how limited we are.
Yep, and Pankraz, I'm sure, is underway.
Yeah, we will probably get caught up with him here shortly. And we will see where Nightdew looks like going to do the back of the Watery Pass. This is a really interesting play. We are on T Pro, so Watery Pass does have a little bit higher percentage in terms of the loot. Chance for tier 5s is high, as we're going to see a Sorcerer Robe here. So this is a good play to kind of get these quick, easy chests from the Watery Pass.
Yeah, there are 4 in the back, 4 chests in the back there. The runners like to kind of check that and you not go too deep in, since none of our characters know exit yet. So a fairly substantial starting kitty and Nightdew is underway.
Yeah, and that was really nice. I don't know if you noticed, Sid started off with a silver hammer. With the Sineki flag, you start with 0 armor, a random weapon between tier 0 or tier 1 and 3. And having that silver hammer is one of the top weapons that Sid can start out with.
xPankraz is going to check out the Mist Cave, see what boss is there. There are 3 boss hunts that our runners will be doing overall. So you want to know where all the bosses are. Just finds an Odin in the Mist Cave.
Yep, but we have an officer fight here on Hobbs regarding this Palom. That's pretty big right there. This fight can be free in a lot of spots. You'd like to see it later, but this could be good if you're just trying to find some characters, get some XP. This will get Palom at least to Ice 2.
Yeah, getting Palom his level 2 spells will be great help in the early game. Palom, a terrific character, especially in the early to mid game, because he learns Virus quickly and he learns Quake quickly.
Yeah, not sure if you saw that. That was a black belt sitting in the Mist Armor shop. That's going to be a nice upgrade for xPankraz's Sid over the fire armor that Nightdew has.
That's very nice indeed. And xPankraz also found an Elven Bow somewhere, which will be very nice. We'll back row glitch that Sid and probably just slap it right on that Rosa.
Yeah, that was a really nicely geared Sid. Did you see that? That was Dragoon armor in there, a crystal ring. I don't know where xPankraz went first, but I really wish I would have seen that.
Yeah, that Sid is loaded for bear.
With an Earth Hammer as well. So that he's going to be hitting hard and can be used for this, officer fight. That Earth Hammer can do Gaia Drum level Quake.
Dathis, our restreamer, telling us he went to Eblin Castle, which would make sense. Eblin Castle, another place where the chance for higher tier loot much better than some of the standard looting places like Antlion Cave.
Yeah, and Nightdew is through and is got the Palom and is heading into Antlion. Typical play for a lot of runners. And not every runner. We do have some that come to Antlion right away, but some of those runners are better than me too. But we'll see what Nightdew finds here in the bottom of Antlion.
Yeah, while we have the chance, I do want to thank our restreamer Dathis for putting this all together. Hopefully, rolling this what will be an incredible seed, and our tracker Ikir.
Yeah, thank you both. We're just gonna sit here and we're just gonna talk nonsense for the duration of the race. It's really Dathis and Ikir is really keeping us together and making us sound coherent.
Yeah, and it's really nice for Ikir to volunteer to do this and not hold it against xPankraz for defeating him in the round of 32. Was that cheap? Is that bad?
No, I'm bad. Oh, Ikir lost to both of these runners, so maybe really just wanted to be a part of this race.
Yes. Tracking well is the best revenge. That's what I say. Both xPankraz and Nightdew at the bottom of Antlion Cave, running into the Mad Dr. Luge down here.
This is a really nice check here. Both Sids are just gonna bop these Luges. The hammer doing extra damage against the. Doing extra damage against the robot. The second form is also a robot, so one hit and down.
Yep. Not a ton down here that pose too much of a threat, but Luge against this particular Sid, not a threat, and both runners are going to get the spoon. It's a key item.
It's a key item, and you're probably only going to use it for, hopefully, if you're out there in chat hoping for vanilla, scoops of vanilla, but Unfortunately, Spoon Flag is not on, so if we find an Edward, he's not going to be wielding that sharpened spoon.
Nope, one of the differences between the bracket flags and the Swiss flags. Bracket flags in this instance a little less fun, that Edward can't be the spoony bard he was always meant to be. But that spoon's still a very powerful throwing weapon, so if Edge shows up, it'll be a nice single serve target of hopefully quad 9 damage.
Damn Forky, it is tactics that has been, I believe, one of Nightdew's, in rotation naming schemes, if not what he's been using, as he found the water hag sitting in the waterfall.
Another free boss in a kind of free location that you don't really want to see. You'd rather have that water hag show up pretty much anywhere else.
Yep, and getting a revisit to this Odin here. Nightdew's probably not going to take that one. And as xPankraz is going to start defending Fabula against an unknown boss.
That Odin may, and here's our first vanilla of the night. This is the Fabul Gauntlet, except it's not quite vanilla because it's an alt gauntlet. Instead of the 6 fights that invade Fabul in the vanilla game, here, because the alt gauntlet flag is on, there will be 5 fights taken from the fields around Fabul. So xPankraz gets the vanilla encounter, but not the vanilla specific encounters.
But there's another scoop to go with that spoon, as we have Yang in the Baron Inn.
First spot is a Sparkle, Pale Dim, only 400 HP here, goes down very quickly.
Purple robe, is it Mylon and Friends or Mylon Z? Mylon and Friends!
Could be a little annoying here, except this spot the slowest in the overworld, so Nightdew should be able to get some turns in.
Yeah, but I believe the magic can be a little dicey here, so gonna get deal with those lit ones. Not gonna be doing just 1 damage, I don't think.
Nightdew uses a Blizzard item that he found. The lit one didn't do 1, it did 7.
Hey, I said it wouldn't do 1.
I'm pointing out how right you are.
Nightdew is using a number of J items here. That is a little surprising to me, considering this how loaded for bear this Sid is. I know we can't zerk him up, but that even that Silverhammer Sid can do some work here. Palom can just start, throwing spells.
Yeah, Palom has a level 2 spell, but Nightdew decides to use him if he's got him. This spot can get really annoying really fast, and decides not to wait.
Yep. Meanwhile, xPankraz is through the gauntlet. We'll see what he is rewarded with. Ooh, there is that Luca key that I had mentioned earlier, in case we got another scoop of vanilla with an evil wall down there.
We can always hope. And meanwhile, Nightdew gets the Earth Crystal, a party rock for Nightdew from that Baronet.
That is, you always like to see it. Granted, we are only on T-Pro, so the treasury not going to be as good as what we found maybe in the Swiss rounds, but still, that's a lot of treasure chests with some decent chance for Tier 5, Tier 6 loot. I wouldn't be surprised to see Nightdew maybe head that way here shortly, unless he plans to just route it in later.
It's certainly early enough that it would be worth his while, you would think. Even if the loot isn't crystal swords for days, it's still dense, and it still can get up to tier 6. So,
and Nightdew is heading right there, gonna check this treasury out. Meanwhile, xPankraz has not gone to Baron Inn, heading up Ordeals, got 3 boss fights ahead of him.
Yeah, and I like this play from xPankraz as well. Ordeals has 3 boss checks, which, since we're looking for Elements, Evil Wall, and D-Mist, and you know, at the end of it, you get access to Paladin Cecil and Full Spell Tella, both of which are useful if they show up anytime soon.
So looking at that treasury, that is a solid treasury, as our Restreamer Dathis just pointed out. But one thing to note, I think that benefits Nightdew a lot more than it benefits Pankraz, just because Pankraz was able to get through Castle Eblin and get that loot. And Nightdew is not had any inclination to go there. That's going to really even the power gap with that treasury.
Yeah, there were some nice things in there. A Masamune, if the Edge ever shows up, I believe there was a Zeus Gauntlet in there. It was a pretty solid treasury.
Yeah, Zeus Gauntlet was in there. It was a Murasame. Remember, we have tier 7s turned off.
Pankraz gets through Karate Man in the front and runs into Octomam on the back half of the bridge.
A couple more easy fights. They're punchy fights you don't want to see in certain locations, but you know, easy battle scripts that don't take a whole lot to kind of get through. As we're seeing Nightdew maybe battle the inventory mini boss.
Yeah, Nightdew decides to get out ahead of the problem and is going to get rid of a bunch of things before he is forced to by the game. He has the opportunity to go up the Tower of Zot, but decides now's not the time. Gonna go to Fabul first.
Yeah, I don't hate the play. We have a number of runners who like to fade Fabul, hoping to not have to double dip, even triple dip it. When you're dealing with a team that Nightdew's dealing with, while, you know, Sid, it can be a little bonky, you know, and you have Palom, you want to get some XP on that kid, try to get him the virus, you know, before heading up to deals, I feel like. So I think maybe that's what Nightdew is thinking here.
Pankraz gets through that Octomam despite the Grimoire only rolling a miss. That Grimoire could be better, but Pankraz gets through anyway.
Just a missed opportunity. I stole that joke from chat.
Hey, genius steals. You know that. Pankraz does get the rat tail from Ordeals.
That's a really nice pickup. We've seen it happen a number of times in the brackets and in the Swiss, where rat tail just turns right into pink tail.
And another scoop of vanilla here. Dark Knight in the changing room.
Listen, your Restreamer is Dathis. That's got to be weighing on Pankraz and Nightdew a little bit, especially now that they've seen 3 instances between the 2 of them of vanilla. If I get to Underground, I want to be checking that Luca key right away.
Now, I've heard of metagaming against your opponent, but metagaming against the Restreamer?
Hey, you never know. You know, if the seed does what the seed does, you got to go with it.
Pankraz gets through without a speech. Doesn't let Cecil get a word in edgewise. We'll head back down the mountain. And Pankraz has to go to Baron Inn now. There's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and it's looking like, based on what we have, the path to our Underground is through that Earth Crystal.
Yeah, the unsafe flag is not on. Or, sorry. Yeah, well, basically it has to be somewhere on the overworld. You don't have to go to the moon in order to get Underground. So the Tower of Zot does count as an overworld check. So the Earth Crystal certainly can, and it looks like does, lead to our Underground access.
Which Zot with this group might, depending on who's there, can be a little spicy. Those are big power jumps from Baron Inn into the Tower of Zot. So it'll be really interesting to see how our runners try to take it. Granted, we do have some really nice gear, and it'll be interesting to see if Pankraz decides to loot the treasury or not.
Pankraz vanquishes that Pale Dim and will now take on his Mylon fight.
Yep, and we will see how he wants to tackle this. Does have that Earth Hammer. while Mylon doesn't take the bonus damage to fire like Mylon Z does, still that's a higher boost. And also, Pankraz the Sid is hanging out in the back row, so not going to take too many punch damages.
And he is slicing through that Mylon a little bit faster than Nightdew. That Palom already has Virus. The Sid is hitting for a little bit more. So Pankraz is going to make up a little bit of time on this Mylon. And Mylon starts complaining about his aches and pains.
That's something I relate to.
Certainly. That's pretty much what I say when I get out of bed is, oh, my body.
I say that getting out of my chair.
Pankraz gets his party started at the Baron Inn and will continue it in the Tower of Zot.
While we don't have any character hunts for our objectives, I would be probably, even if like Ordeals had given us the Magna Key, I would make a trip through, but Zot would be on my mind just because this party is perfectly fine, but it's got a really lazy power curve. Like, it'll spike a lot later in the game, but Sid and Yang are not who you want to carry you through the middle of the seed.
With the amount of GP that our runners started with, and early, if our runners are able to find sirens at an underground shop, an early full party grind might be on the table.
Yeah, we did start off with a couple of sirens. I didn't catch in the kit how many, if it was 1, 2, or 3, I believe is the options. So as soon as our runners get underground, I would not be surprised to see them pop one of those.
Also, an hourglass in that treasury will be very nice. Nightdew making his trek up Ordeals. Gonna run into the serious squid in the back.
Yeah, and while we're waiting on Pankraz to make the climb through the Tower of Zot, do give our runners a follow. They have been they're putting on a good race for us. We can't do this without them. We're just up here talking. They're doing the hard work in focusing. 15 minutes ago at this point, to show us their skill, give us something to be able to talk about. So please make sure you're giving them a follow as well.
Pankraz looting on the way up Zot. There's a flame dog chest that could give some really nice loot here. I don't know if Pankraz is going to be specifically looking for it.
Yeah, I typically check the first two myself. The Trident is a little, decides, but Flame Dog does tend to have some value. Trap Chest can have that tier 7 loot. So we've seen runners, fight that Flame Dog and pull Crystal Swords out of them still, even on T-Pro. So it is not out of the realm of possibility to consider it as, but he did skip it. So we'll see who's at this Maga Sister spot. Sheep Launcher, I want to be really mean.
Okay, I'm here for it.
I want the Mist Dragon here at Maga Sisters.
Ooh.
And then I want Val, Golbez, or Wyvern at the Val spot.
Oh, well, here's part number 1. D-Mist at the Maga Sisters. So the bonus round is up on the Tower of Zot.
So Sheep, why am I being evil? You want to tell our chat?
Sure. So we know that the path underground has to be up here in the tower somewhere, but we know that if our way underground is blocked by Golbez or Valvalis or Wyvern, that it can't be the only way underground. So that D-Mist could contain the way underground, even if an impossible boss is in the vanilla Valvalis spot.
What would be really interesting if you got the hook from D-Mist and one of those 3 bosses held the Magma Key.
Well, Pankraz, you would have to imagine will continue on through the Tower of Zot, see who's in that Valvalis spot, and unless it's an impossible boss, continue on with that and then check Mist Village afterward.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. The chance of that sort of rudeness happening is pretty low. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but if you could get through that boss, it doesn't mean that the boss is impossible for this party, but if you could get through it at this point and your opponent doesn't and leaves and gets the D-Mist turn in, that could save you a lot of time because nobody's going to come back up Zod.
Pankraz makes it look easy, takes care of that D-Mist. We'll go back for the safety save.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him at all. This is this Val spot, if you get any of the magic users, hey, there's a cane in a vanilla spot.
And a sparkle in the Goldes spot. Interesting thing to keep in mind for later.
Oh, God, I hate the sparkle in the Goldes spot.
Could be anything.
It could be a bow. I mean, a plague. Oh my God!
Another vanilla. Except this vanilla doesn't help us at all. No dupes in these flags, so this Rosa will just get kicked to the curb. But Pankraz has a 5-member party, and this is one you can take to Z.
Yep, so we can't take the second Rosa. We do have the no dupes off, so we will see who this boss is. That is, check the Luca key. Ooh, Asura here is not fun.
No, this will be a slog.
Doable. You can life glitch her, but it's gonna be slow.
Yeah, this spot is slow enough that a life lock is possible, but it looks like Pankraz is going to set up for double Star Veil strats. It does have 4 Star Veils.
Taking out the cane, that's interesting.
At level 1, starting level for Kane, he's not going to be contributing much offense.
Oh, Rosa has mute arrows. And an elven bow.
Those mash mages.
And Palom has the virus, bouncing it off Sid's face. Lord Goober, we are actually in the Tower of Zot right now. We have not found the hook or the magma key, but D-Mist was at the Magus Sister spot as we have Asura here in the Valvalis spot, so we don't know what D-Mist can give us yet.
Pankraz mismenuing a little bit there, missed the chance to get young experience, but is through that Asura very nicely.
Yeah, well done fight. Having the heads up to remember that it has the mute arrows on Rosa, so able to get through pretty quickly. So our restreamer Dathis pointed that xPankraz called for 6 dollops of vanilla. We're currently at 5.
If only there was a place we could make some money betting on this.
We could bet cookies. Just a glass helm from Asura. So D-Mist has the way underground.
Or the path to it.
Or the path to it. You are correct.
D-Mist could have, for example, a twin harp. Pankraz is going to go say hi to Mom. Hi, Mom.
Just a magnet.
And that is the way underground.
Runners will be happy to see that. This party, is getting pretty strong right now, but still a number of bosses I would not want to see in a hook route with this party.
Yeah, the party just a little bit squishy at these low levels, so It'll certainly be nice to be able to run around, resupply in the underground, and it'll be interesting to see where they decide to go next.
Nightdew, meanwhile, is going to get the news that he's got to get through this Asura to be able to turn in that D-Mist. Not sure if he has the Mute Arrows and Elven Bow on his Rosa, so we will see how that plays out.
No, the aim command was grayed out on his Rosa. It looks like she has a staff of some kind.
Yeah, she started with a Cure Staff, so don't know if Nightdew just hasn't found anything else for Rosa yet. Do have the double Star Veils up, though.
And
There's
does
Mute
have
Arrows.
some mid arrows, and will slap an archer bow on her. That'll at least get some damage out.
Yeah, and Nightdew was actually throwing up a bluff or two on Palom, so gonna be basically doing the same strat, other than berserking Rosa. Going with the Grimoire. I like this. This is a good spot to use this Grimoire. You get a Leviathan here, you get a Bahamut, or you roll Mist again.
Mist just really wants to show up in this seed.
I mean, of all the characters you would want Mist to show up on to do the most damage, at least it was Sid.
Yeah.
Ooh, Samurai Arrows in the Dwarf Castle.
And tiaras for sale. Asura is down for Nightdew.
Both runners making it look exceptionally easy. Nightdew's going to be rewarded with a glass mask and going to get his magma key. Xpankraz doing some shopping, doing a little bit, maybe doing some looting. We will see if checks out the farmer's hut. Sirens for sale.
It picks up 5 of those. Sirens for sale in Tamra, and is gonna go check out the job dwarf.
Yep, a few more checks here, a few more chests here. Can have some decent underground level loot. Middle sword is nice. Employee benefits analyst.
Always a good thing to analyze. Nightdew, meanwhile, it is just after Mother's Day. He's going to pay a visit to Rydia's mom.
She would prefer you to do that visit before Mother's Day or even the day of, but not after.
Yeah, and Nightdew isn't even bringing flowers. I don't know.
Is bringing a small boy, though.
And Pankraz is going to get some levels here.
Yeah, Sirens for sale. This is a good move. I feel like you want to get this. You want to get Palom Quake. Ooh, are we gonna see the rare Kane Anchor?
Pankraz has kept Kane down so far.
Yeah, I suspect that he wants Quake on this Quake kid.
And he's got it. Do want to welcome in the folks rating from RPG Limit Break. Welcome to round of 16 match, game 1 between Nightdew and xPankraz. Both of our runners just getting underground. Nightdew just dropped his key. Pankraz has been down here for a couple of minutes. No objectives completed yet. We're on for a couple of boss hunts. Both runners did start with an adamant.
Yep, looking for that Legend Sword still, looking for Hook and Pinktail, looking for the Twin Harp. We've had some interesting moves here. xPankraz is using Kane as an anchor, has a Drain Spear on him, has a Quake Kid now too, and Nightdew is about to be getting the knowledge that Sirens are in Tamra if he chooses to go shop there.
Yep. both of our runners have found the Demist, who contained our underground access. There are 2 other boss hunts that they're on the lookout for, Evil Wall and Elements. Neither hide nor hair of them.
Yeah, and that's a Mom Bomb here. So we know it's not in Dwarf Castle. The second fight is a Lunar Sparkle, since we've already been up the Tower of Zot. And I don't like Mom Bomb.
No. Mom Bomb in the first spot is very rude. Will hit for a lot. Goes fairly quickly.
Yeah, the Mom Bomb here, has the extra, 10,000 HP. So the Quake Kid's not going to be able to make short work with just a couple of Quakes. So you got to have to slog this out, try and get to survive the big boom or get her down fast.
And look at the damage that Mom Bomb's putting out on Nightdew's screen, and Nightdew has to take a reset.
Yeah, Nightdew hasn't popped the sirens that Pankraz has, so doesn't have quite the extra 6 or 5 to 6 levels that Pankraz has.
Yeah, and I don't think has quite the armor that Pankraz has either. But that Mom Bomb one-shot Kane, one-shot Palom, and one-shot Rosa, almost.
And Nightdew not doing any more looting, it looks like. Just took his sirens and left Tama.
Nightdew going to go into the land of summon monsters, see who's hanging out down there. There is a key item down here, and there's knowledge of 2 fights in the Feymarch, so not going to do any looting on the way down, though.
Yeah, there is a trap chest here. Nightdew doesn't have Quake to really make short work of those warriors, as we have the D-Lunars over for xPankraz in that second spot. So I don't blame Nightdew for not wanting to try and risk, even though it is a higher tier loot, as he's rewarded with the package, just doesn't want to, have to reset out.
That Quake takes care of D-Lunars, and Pankraz is through that Dwarf Castle. Still on the lookout for any objective at all.
Yep, we will get to see 2 bosses here. Maybe we will see one of our 2 required boss hunts here down in the Feymarch.
So how did it get determined that D-Lunars have a red hand?
Well, I'll get to that in a second, but that's a Rubicon sprite. That could be our Elements fight there in the Leviathan spot.
That is a very rude Wyvern in the Asura spot.
So here's the thing about that, though. Pankraz has a base level Cane with a Drain Spear on.
Tell me more.
Nightdew didn't check to see if that was Elements.
That, I wonder if he's just going to assume that it is and just go on that assumption. But yeah, that is knowledge that I would really want to have.
But back to your question of you wanting me to tell you more. That Wyvern is tough in that spot. That is one of the fastest spots in the game to try and get your agility down. But xPankraz, without a cursed ring, I believe, would have, and somebody with knowledge of agility manipulation can tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm definitely not the guy to ask. I believe that Pankraz would be at RA1 for that fight.
Wow. Pankraz, like Nightdew before him, does pick up a package. Not something our runners are going to rush to check, I don't think. But there could always be one of our required bosses hiding there.
I would check it. Could be a foo, could be a required boss. And again, that's a little bit of metagaming too if I'm a runner here, because a lot of runners may not check it. And you're looking at this party, a Fusoya is quick to check. And if you get that with the number of bosses, that he's going to come pretty well ready to go for you.
Nightdew playing with fire on this grind a little bit. Palom's virus just a little bit too low to take out the eggs in one shot, so the dragon hatches, and he only has 1 HP on all of his characters. He had to take one reset already, but gets through that time.
Yeah, going with Quake this time to get the guaranteed kill.
xPankraz takes a look at this intriguing Fey March and is going to save to get a closer look.
Yeah, he's going to want to peek both of these. Wants to know who the Lunar Sparkle is going to be, greeted with a Wyvern, which is not going to need as much setup for him. He's already got the anchor, just would probably need to go to Wyvern Standard Time, and we will see if this is our elements.
Full leg, quarter leg, it's element.
It's elements. Oh, Nightdew.
That is required.
Yeah, so we found objective number 5 sitting on the Leviathan spot. That is not a fun spot.
No.
For all 4 forms, use a physical punch, and that's going to one-shot any of your characters right now.
So xPankraz did not check that sparkle, but goes with the knowledge that elements are down there, and is going to do some more checks before coming back to that later.
He knows he'll be back. With that elements there, he knows he's probably going to be coming back.
Nightdew did pick up some more levels, going to take on this Mom Bomb again. Now at about the levels that xPankraz was when he took on this Mom Bomb.
Yeah, in just the levels alone, you can see, that Kane's able to take a punch now. That Rosa in the back row, took a punch as well. So I'm gonna probably get through this fight. It'll be a little bit slow going, depending on, how graceful board face AI is. But we'll see if he can get through it. Meanwhile, xPankraz is going to Fabul, or nope, checking the package.
Yep, gonna check that package, see who the character is.
Just a Porum.
Just a Porum. We already have a white mage with exit. xPankraz says no thanks.
Yeah, not gonna bother to go through it. We do only need 4 out of the 5 objectives. So xPankraz is probably saying if there's an evil wall is back there, I'll just find everything else. I'd really like to see a Darkness Crystal here.
That would be fun. Ooh, and that fire armlet doing work for Nightdew's Sid.
Just some wine. Wow, Sheila 1 having nothing. So our path forward is all underground.
Yeah, Sheila, very hospitable, very nice. But
where did the Baron key come from?
That's what I was just going to ask. Where did xPankraz find that Baron key? That must have been from Dwarf Castle.
It has to have been from Dwarf Castle. For some reason, I thought that was something else, but it must be, yeah. I totally missed it.
Yeah, I think we missed it because we were so captivated. That was when Nightdew went into the Fey March.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Yep. So, xPankraz going to check out the Baron situation. There's a sparkle waiting for him in the Beigen spot.
And also, not sure if you noticed, that was a Yang as the character. That's 2 of our dupes. We do have the C Distinct 10 flag still on, so 2 characters of our normal pool are missing from the seed, so we can have 3 duplicate characters in the seed, and we found 2 of the 3.
xPankraz going through that waterway. Nightdew will be getting his Baron key shortly, after the hand goes ever so slowly to the crystal.
Always so slow. It's like, I've seen Addams Family. I know how fast a hand on its fingers can move. Get going. I forgot who the first boss was, who in the Beigen spot was.
It's a Lunar Sparkle.
Oh, so cool. I'm not punished for not knowing it then.
It's either Ogopogo or Has to be Ogopogo at this spot. At this point.
Paildim? Plague?
Plague. Paildim was in the first spot of Baronet.
Oh, you're right. So yeah, our next Lunar Sparkle is Ogopogo.
Yeah, there's only one left. Plague at the spot with these levels won't be an issue.
Yeah, Virus taking out a good chunk. Earthhammer doing the work. Kane down on the count. I gotta know. Does that hurt you right in the feels? To Dathus. I know Kane's your boy.
And Kane would be so helpful against Plague because Plague is a flying creature, but not to be. Do want to thank our restreamer Dathus, our tracker Ike here.
Yes, thank you both. If you haven't done so, please give them a follow as well. Also, give my my co-commentator Sheep Launcher a follow. I can't do this up here by myself. I could try, I'd fail miserably. So it's good to have somebody else to talk to.
Meanwhile, Pankraz discovers that Baron is a technocracy. CPU is in the Baron throne spot.
Ooh, Nightdew with a Cat Claw purchase, going for Young in the long haul.
And did you see that menuing from Pankraz? He's one of the best to do it.
Yeah, taking advantage here. Not going to get a crumble because this is a boss with multiple enemies. So, getting his menuing in at the spot, and there is Iridia.
Yeah, we picked up a Leviathan for her from the treasury, but it's too late for that. And Pankraz says, "See you later."
Yeah, we don't have the flag that allows for the bonus XP for when you are 5 levels behind the median. So Iridia, starting at level 1, is not going to be able to catch up all that quickly. Her XP curve is very steep. She takes a long time to get to her nuking levels, and she's pretty far behind as is.
So Pankraz will take the long walk to the wastebasket to figure out what the reward is for freeing Baron from tyranny.
Ooh.
Just a Boreas.
Wow. I mean, normally I wish for samurai arrows in this situation, but a Boreas at this stage, that is not what you want to see.
Gonna check out who is in the basement. There's something down there.
Yeah, there is. There's a ghost.
There are voices coming from the basement.
Normally, I've seen enough horror movies. When you hear the voices from the basement, you don't go check. Even if you do have 4 friends. You don't.
So we talked a little bit about all the free bosses in the early spots, and the chickens are coming home to roost. Kainatsu in the Odin spot, not fun.
Yeah, has enough HP that I believe that wave will even take out Sid and Yang here at full health. So gonna try and get as much damage out. Has Ice 3 queued up on the kid. Thunderclaw Yang though. Let's see if this wave comes out.
Yeah, did get the Thor Rage off, and it looks like in time to prevent a wave.
Also, I'm counting this as French Videla, just for Dallas.
Sure. Different throne. Same castle.
There was a shot in this seed of Kainatsu on a throne. French Videla.
Nightdew also says no to Iridia.
Doing very well to keep these waves from coming out. Hey, look, that Boreas that I was just saying was not a good thing just got used.
Yes. Use it if you got it. You can't sell it for anything anyway.
This is why I was knocked out in the Swiss round and xPankraz is in the top 16.
I mean, I don't think that's the reason.
Well, that's one reason for sure out of like 700.
Yeah, I know you'll work on your Boreas strats for next time.
I plan to now. Very niche.
Kainatsu hiding inside the shell, which means Pankraz is almost finished with this fight, just needs to put in the last little bit before Kainatsu heals himself up. But Kainatsu at the Odin spot without a single wave coming out, that's a very nice fight from Pankraz.
And that just goes to show that how effective that Kane on the floor has been. You know, he's a base level Kane with a Drain Spear. Kainatsu was not going to outspeed Pankraz in this. Just a strength ring, though. Ooh.
And Pankraz decides not to even walk it out. But yeah, that Kane is on the floor, but that Kane's ability is subterranean, and Pankraz using that to his full advantage.
Yep, and we'll see if Nightdew has a lot of similar luck here. Has the Sid? Sid has the same amount of levels that Pankraz's Sid has. So
hey, Pankraz doing it. Keyless Tower. Keyless Tower.
I'm on record saying that Keyless Tower is not my favorite check. I would probably personally be going down into Luca.
The Luca key is available. It's been available since Fabul.
Yeah, to me, I would not want to go down Luca and pull the tower key if, with it out there still. And I've lost races because of Keyless Tower, and I will continue to lose it.
Keyless Tower works every single time. Except for the times it doesn't.
Except for the times that it doesn't.
And that is a Mylon Z up here.
Yep, we have seen the purple robe that brings friends to his party, so this is just the one that looks a whole lot uglier.
And the Mylon Z dispatched the Baron Guards, who are in the Ruby spot, so another free boss that we won't have to deal with.
So we have Dark Imps and King Queen?
They would have to be. Or Vanilla King Queen Evelyn.
That could be our sixth scoop. Yeah, xPankraz, this is a free fight for him. He's got an Earthhammer Sid that is going to start chonking.
Yeah, this fight, there aren't too many enemies up here that would give Pankraz with these levels trouble, but Mylon Z especially not intimidating.
And an interesting question, chat, that our restreamer answered. Rock Solid, there are a number of reasons why people will cycle through. Some people do it to the tune of the music. Some people do it, as Death has said, for swag or for stress. Some people just do it to keep their finger on that R button for when they're looting.
Yeah, and it gives your hand something to do while your left hand is doing all the work of pushing those arrows. And that's a twin harp from the top of the tower. What did I tell you? Every time. Every time.
It depends on where that tower key is.
So Pankraz now has some music. Nightdew will be right behind, heading up that tower. Gonna check a couple boxes on the way up, maybe hoping for a cheeky trap chest.
Yeah, these chests have really good chances to get that tier 7 loot. Sid is just gonna bop them, and they're done with that Earth Hammer, doing the bonus damage against the Sirens. I like making that play, especially if you can get the ones that are just kind of on the way. So it'll be really interesting to see, but it looks like not gonna get lucky with a Siren tonight.
And as chat pointing out, Bad Karma, what if the tower key is behind that twin harp?
I would have got there eventually. I would have attempted that Wyvern first.
Pankraz decides now is the time of the night when everybody should be dancing and is gonna go show us some music.
Yeah, and why, if you're wondering why, one, we like having complete Cave Madness as an objective, is because when we get through here, we still keep the sequence where Eddie gets out of bed, walks, crawls, ambles over to his harp, and begins playing a tune. And we like to randomize that tune from a number of various harp songs, done by a couple of community members, mostly Calamity. Xenocat has also contributed a few as well. So get your freeing harps in the chat if you've got them, as xPankraz is heading to give us some tunes.
Yeah, nice little amble through the cave. This is the cave where the metal weapon wielding party members are kind of frozen, but with encounters toggled off. Don't have to worry about that through the cave. And in fact, you want a lot of metal on your weapons to get the dark elf portion of the fight done over with quickly.
Yeah, you can either knock your party out for anybody who's not frozen. Has 2 people up though. I don't think we've seen any kamikazes, so just gonna have to wait this one out.
Nightdew takes care of Mylon Z. Will get his twin harp, and we'll see if he goes to chase that.
Check your freebies, check your objectives. I would not be surprised to see him just following xPankraz right now.
Yep, but now the DJ himself is going to play us some tunes.
As Pankraz is through, you're not going to have to wait long to hear that FF7 battle music again, as Nightdew is going to be right behind him, and there's the X-Scal.
A very nice Excalibur. The Final Fantasy VII boss music, so well done on harp. But we're 56 minutes in. We have an objective.
Yep, objective number 2, lit up by xPankraz. But that also means that our path forward is Luca Cave or that Fey March.
Yeah, runner's running out of places to check. The Luca Cave does have that vanilla darkness crystal, and could have a vanilla evil wall. It's got to be in the back of our runner's mind.
Considering how much vanilla we've seen, we've had 5 instances already, and we're only, we still have 3 more objectives to do. xPankraz is heading over there.
Yeah, certainly worth a check to see what that key item is at the very least. And since Pankraz does know that where Elements is, doesn't know where the evil wall is yet, it's always worth a boss check. And besides, it might be a little bit easier than dealing with the elements that were Wyvern in the Fey March. Hey, Bad Karma, did I tell you I'm going out for dinner tonight? Yeah, I'm getting a Final Fantasy VII boss. Apps.
I'm gonna allow it, chat.
Was the Airbuster the first time, or was it Guard Scorpion the first time? I think Airbuster was the first. But there's our Vanilla Darkness Crystal. Could this be a fully complete Vanilla Luca cave?
It could be. That is our 6th instance.
It is not, though. It is just Leg. But Leg holding the Darkness Crystal.
So, if Nightdew comes here next, then that's going to confirm to him that the sprite he didn't check is the elements.
So it will have worked out for him in that sense. Oof, that glare.
Yeah, that glare is. This is this is one of the spots that does have a decent magic, so that petrify can hit. Yeah, getting the blinks up, trying to make sure the team can handle at least the punches in this spot. This is a very fast, very punchy spot.
Nightdew checking out that package. Either thought about it for a second or misplaced the reset button.
And where's Nightdew going to go? Looks like heading for the Luca Cave as well. Trusting in the Restreamer's ability to roll vanilla and hoping the Darkness Crystal is here.
Pankraz made it through that leg.
With the Boreas that he reset out of the Kanatsu to keep.
Boreas strats are the way of the future.
Clearly, when I scoffed at that Boreas reward from the Baron Castle check, I added reason 701 why xPankraz is better than me. Runners are going to high five, though. Well, kind of. One of them warped past the other one. Does it count?
I'd say that counts. If you can ghost high five, I'd say that counts.
So, Fey March or Moon?
That's the question that Pankraz has to deal with. Neither runner is like one check away from getting into go mode, so the Moon might be a very attractive option. Especially you get some sirens. This team should be able to slay a few gold dragons to get a couple more levels, and then clear the Moon as much as you can to get some key items.
I did not know how to count before I asked that question. Pankraz is at 10 key items.
And Pankraz goes straight to Mysidia, going to summon the Lunar Whale.
Yeah, I think this is K value check. in Gold Dragon Grind. I think we did find hourglasses somewhere, if I recall correctly. Somebody.
You do, yes. Hourglasses were in the Fey March.
So yeah, three sirens for Gold Dragons, and this team is ready to take on everything. Oh, Nightdew's Cane rocking a Blizzard Spear for 6,000 damage.
See, that's what xPankraz is missing out on. Best Boy Kane doing boffo damage.
Yeah, and Cursed Ring Sid with Dragoon gear absorbing this fire.
And this leg will quiver in front of Nightdew.
I mean, are you sure it was a quiver or was it a spasm?
xPankraz is going to check the Lunar Subterranean first, check this character.
Yeah, I like the character check first, especially if you're planning to use those sirens, do a grind. You get a Cecil here, you get a Fu here. It's going to make your grind a whole lot easier.
Wrong old man. And xPankraz exits all the way back to the blue planet.
That was his plan all along.
It was. It was xPankraz all along. Going to use those sirens not for gold dragons, instead going to do an egg grind, and then you would think take on those Fey March bosses.
So hear me out.
I'm listening.
I would have taken that Tilla if I was xPankraz.
Ooh. Who would you have gotten rid of in this party?
The Cane.
That Cane has been doing work as an anchor, though.
Tella can do the same work and then still provide some utility. Cast some weak on gold dragons. Blinks for some of these, rude Fey March fights. Could also cast Wall for that. Well, he's not going to cast Wall for the Wyvern, but still provide good agility anchoring for that Wyvern if xPankraz has to take it.
Now, one thing Nightdew has that xPankraz doesn't have, as far as I'm aware, is a Cursed Ring. Nightdew did loot the Watery Pass in the first couple minutes of this seed, found it lying there in the Watery Pass. xPankraz never went there, and as far as I'm aware, has never found one in shops either.
Yeah, and that's the thing where Nightdew is going to have that advantage with the Cursed Ring on that Sid. But Sid with a Curse Ring can still do things, can still throw out a Cure 3 if we found them, which I don't think we have, or some Cure 2s that may or may not be enough to get somebody to survive a nuke.
So Nightdew went straight back to Fey March after getting the Darkness Crystal, knows that elements are in that Leviathan spot.
So how is Nightdew going to tackle this? This is a very punchy spot. We don't have Cecil. We're going to get some blinks up to survive this Mylon Z. I assume... Oh, just going for it.
Yeah, going to start attacking with the fighters. Their reflex strats are a possibility, but there's only one real a black magic caster, and those punches are coming in hard.
Yeah, this is a very high physical. Leviathan in the vanilla game does not do any physical punches, so the stats are kind of skewed to mimic the Fey March a little bit. The magic is bearable here, but it is so fast.
And Nightdew has to reset out of it.
Rock Solid, I'm going to do you one better. This Mylon Z is wielding a Kraken Club from Final Fantasy XI. With how fast and how many hits that Mylon Z was getting in before Nightdew's team, that was crazy. And making zero adjustments going right back in.
Did lower the battle speed a little bit to battle speed 3. So hoping that will give him at least a little bit of breathing room. But I thought Kraken had hockey sticks now.
He very well might. Gonna try and go for the reflect strat now. xPankraz is doing eggs.
Pankraz grinding right up to Z at this point.
Oh yeah, that Palom, if he doesn't have nuke, is about to get nuke.
Not quite.
Just one off. If your microwave setting is one off, what is that? Do we have something there?
Yeah, he's at defrost, and now he's at nuke. So finally cooks enough eggs to get to nuke, which is really convenient because that was his last siren.
For Rock Solid, you can't life glitch when there's only one enemy on the screen. If xPankraz had gone to do the gold dragons, there's typically two, so that's why you're able to do it. But since there's just the one egg, you can't get a life glitch out.
Nightdew through that elements fight, never getting off of that Mylon sprite because of the reflex strats, fire 3s on Mylon. Very well done. Does light up that objective number 5. Only gets a ribbon from it though.
Yeah, and wants nothing to do with that wyvern. I don't blame him.
No, has the darkness crystal in hand. Figures that wyvern is something he can deal with on a very last check. xPankraz, meanwhile, back down in the Fame Arch, going to take care of at least these elements.
Yeah, xPankraz has not checked the Lunar Sparkle yet, so doesn't know that Wyvern's there. Does know that it is Wyvern based on all the other bosses we found, or Ogopogo.
Yeah, knows it's not going to be fun.
Dives right in, though, has a considerably stronger party than Nightdew did. We will see how he wants to tackle using Cure 4 on the elements.
Yep, this will actually hurt this Mylon, and hurt quite a bit. Trying to do enough damage to skip past the health refresh, but I don't know if he's going to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be the case. Young with an ice claw doing the work there.
Elemental weaknesses are your friend. Nightdew gonna check this moon shop.
Yeah, I don't believe xPankraz came over here. He just checked the character because he had no intention of staying up there. His plan was either get somebody good or reset back.
There could be Bacchus wines up here, which would be very nice for this party.
Yeah, but just some tents and Ether 2s. Tents, not something to scoff at, even though Nightdew chooses not to take them.
Yeah, it takes a couple of Ether 2s. Always nice to have around, but not the tier 5 stuff he was looking for, probably, and xPankraz gets his ribbon and his objective.
And Large Father, both runners have checked. It is a forum. They did not go all the way to the boss, though.
Yep, both runners determined they did not need another white mage, especially since Rosa knows Exit and Berserk and Blink. And xPankraz is going to go right after this wyvern.
That's something. He is the Romus level. He is properly anchored. There's a Val in Cave Value.
Goodness. More like Cave Valvalis.
Yep, gets the wall from Rosa, gets the Star Veil up. I believe xPankraz has got to be on at least battle speed 3.
Either that or Kane is just pulling the strings.
Getting the team back up though, and has the walls, has the nuke being reflected.
Yeah, he'll just direct cast that nuke because Wyvern hasn't put up his own wall yet. Nightdew discovers his knockoff Fu on the moon.
Also chooses not to take him.
Doesn't get any respect, but xPankraz is through that Wyvern.
Made it look like it was nothing. One of these fastest spots in the game, and just rewarded with a moon veil. That is actually pretty big though, because Evil Wall is in a rude spot.
Yeah, either Evil Wall is on the moon or behind something that is gated by the moon. Evil Wall could still be on the giant, could still be behind that package, could still be in the cannon room, but either way, to the moon we go. Space is required today.
And Nightdew is taking on some Warlocks. I believe I saw him purchase some mute bills earlier. These are going to be pretty free. Gonna have probably whack with the kid. Try and get some life glitches.
Yeah, a little bit more of a cost-effective grind than gold dragons for this party, you would think.
Yeah, we don't have any dragon killing gear. We're limited on hourglasses. Don't have a weak caster. So taking the Warlocks here is a pretty good move. They only have about 5,000 HP, so they can be down pretty quickly. Mute Arrow Rosa is going to make really short work of them.
xPankraz going to head into his cave value, which today is a cave of horrors. But with the way xPankraz has been vanquishing foes, he might decide this Valvalis doesn't stand a chance against him either.
Yeah, so what'll be interesting is Kane going to get a jump off?
Huh. Kane wishes. Kane's too ashamed to raise his head even.
Yeah, didn't hesitate, went right in.
And this Val's susceptible to magic at this spot, or at least to nuke.
Yeah, xPankraz is going to just nuke this Val into orbit and move on. As Nightdew adjusted his battle speed, he was at battle speed 3 for the first Warlock fight, adjusted it back up to 1, and is now awaiting Berserker Rosa to start throwing mute arrows so Sid can get some life glitches.
So xPankraz could get something very useful from this Val, but is probably going to head into the Lunar Subterrane after this. What about you, Bad Karma? Would you go top down, bottom up from here? You need a bunch of key items still.
Key items, bosses, I feel like you got to go density. I think you go bottom up. You want that ribbon room. You want to, that's 3 quick boss checks all down there. If you hit pay dirt on, on ribbon room. So I think bottom up is the way to go.
Nukes and whites coming out from xPankraz, just pulling out all the stops, and that tornado is no more.
Really well done with this group. xPankraz may look, and that's a required Valvalis if we don't see an evil wall up here.
A hook behind Valvalis, still looking for that pigtail, but xPankraz does have a check back on the blue planet if he wants to escape.
Yeah, I wonder if xPankraz will save it and go check it, because that's pretty big. If you were down in the moon, I wouldn't have left with a hook, but I would probably save here and go check it so that you can at least reset back.
FF4FE does need, like we said, does need a couple more key items. So maybe not going to go back to the blue planet unless he has a couple of checks that could each lead to key items that are required.
That's a Baigen.
And this is a punchy Baigen.
Punchy and fast. Well, not that punchy. Only hit. Is this the White Spear or is this Ribbon Room?
This must be the White Spear Altar.
For Rock Solid, that is a change with Free Enterprise. It's one of the quality of life changes. You are able to land the moon anywhere that doesn't have a rock. So anywhere in the light gray or the dark gray, you can land the lunar whale.
Well, when you think about it, the moon is just a big rock.
Well, true. That's why I had to distinguish two different colors.
Yeah, that is a very nice quality of life thing. In addition to being able to toggle on and off encounters and being able to dash all the time, is yeah, you can land the lunar whale even in a crater instead of having to walk through the catacombs. And FF4FE going top down here.
So the calculus is a little different for FF4FE. FF4FE only needs one key item, and a boss. So there's a free boss.
King Queen Eblin is absolutely free, and FF4FE is going to use this opportunity to menu and daydream about what could possibly be behind them.
Yeah, so if this is Legend or Pinktail, FF4FE is going to face check the rest of these bosses. He's not even going to fight them, I would think.
Yeah, if that's the case, he would only need to find that evil wall.
Yep, so this fight is still in its scripted form. The King Queen will just cast some weak Fire 1, Fire 2s. I think it's 3 times. And then will just vanish.
Yeah, it's not nearly as potent without an edge in the party, but just as free. And Nightdew also threw that Baigen. A couple of big reveals here.
Oh, there's an Avenger for the cane that's on the ground. Oh, that was Tower and Legend.
That was a loaded Ribbon Room. Nightdew now has objective number 1 once he heads back down to Kokol, and he's got a big decision to make.
See, I would have got to that Twin Harp eventually. I didn't need to go to do the Twin Harp to get up here.
Nightdew going to stay up on the moon. And there's Evil Wall.
Oh, wow.
And here comes FF4FE.
This is go mode for Nightdew.
It is. Nightdew has to return to the blue planet and then come all the way back up. But once Nightdew gets through this Evil Wall, he has everything he needs to get up to Z.
And FF4FE is going to get through that Baigen a little faster, but he's probably going to do Baigen first. I mean, he has to do both bosses anyway, but still.
Yes, he'll need to. Unless he takes a detour to the Crystal Sword Altar, which I don't think he is.
Ooh, Nightdew taking a reset there.
Yeah, that Evil Wall, it doesn't fool around.
Yeah, FF4FE does have that Moon Veil that Nightdew doesn't, since FF4FE was able to get through the Wyvern.
But FF4FE not being called to the Crystal Sword Altar will run to the White Spear Altar first, and we're gonna have double Evil Walls here.
Yeah, and this is interesting for FF4FE. Does he, if FF4FE gets through this, does he save and go check that rat tail?
That would be some kind of bait.
Yes, please. Their fronts are to the wall.
Yeah, they're facing the wall, except for Kane, who has the top of his head to the wall.
So Evil Wall just going to creep forward and hit the party every time it creeps. Going to counter any spells with the Gradual Petrify. If he gets too close, he'll start crushing the party. I doubt we see that. There's only about 20 something, mid 20,000 HP here. Already done.
Pankraz threw that Evil Wall, that nuke continuing to do work. That's a Sand Ruby. Not a key item, but Pankraz probably isn't interested, even if that's a foo in the bed.
But that is objective 4 lit up for xPankraz. Just needs to get through the ribbon room to be in go mode. Oh, he's exiting. He saved. He's going to go check the rat tail.
This could be huge. It could be pigtail, or it could be nothing.
If this is something like the pass, has Pankraz raised the hovercraft yet?
I don't know if he has. I don't think he has, in fact.
So if this is something like the pass and Pankraz resets back, he would have to raise the hovercraft again later to go and get that pass. Or rewalk the moon.
Nightdew is also through Evil Wall and is officially in go mode. Needs to go pay Kokol a visit.
Yeah, and I didn't get a look at what Nightdew's levels were. If he decides to just go try Zerg, it's probably good. Don't know if Palom has nuke yet.
Yeah, that Palom was doing Fire 3s against the Evil Wall, so I don't think that Palom has nuke.
Still could crack eggs, though. Yeah, eggs are for sale in Tamra. Nightdew knows that.
Yes.
That's if Palom fits into Nightdew's plans, but we will see. What is this rat tail?
Don't talk to them unless we have a tail. It's a pack.
Oh.
But he resets out of it immediately. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go into the ribbon room, going to try and slice down this Baigan, and we'll see how much time Nightdew spends honing his levels.
Yeah, does Nightdew get nuke on the kid? I feel like if Nightdew has to get nuke on the kid, this is a dead heat.
I believe still has a Blizzard Spear for that Kane. And is going to go for it.
I think Gugners were for sale in Dwarf, but I don't think Nightdew checked the weapon shop there.
Nightdew either going to head back up to the moon. We'll see if he summons some more Warlocks on the way, or if he is going straight for Zeromus. It's hard to get a read on how he feels, if he feels behind or not. He has taken a couple of unfortunate resets, but his checks have mostly been solid. He hasn't done a ton of wasted checks.
Yeah, I think if you're racing xPankraz, you gotta feel behind, So, Pankraz has a reputation for being very efficient with his routing and his menuing, not dealing with the inventory boss a lot. So I feel like if you're racing against him, you gotta feel like you're behind. So it will be really interesting to see. What Nightdew does to get through this fight. Like I said, I haven't seen Nightdew's levels. And to weigh in on chat with Dantech's question, the pass would be slightly faster. It would be very much faster if Pankraz didn't have to re-raise the hovercraft again.
Yeah, there are only so many times you want to visit Anna in any particular seed, but Um, but Pankraz did make that choice. He gets through that Baigan, gets that Legend Sword, and is out of there.
Yep. And Nightdew is passing, not doing any dragons. Probably will save. We can maybe get a look at his level situation and see. Oh, level 50 Kane, level 50 Yang, 49 Rosa. He's Z ready.
Yep. Nightdew on his way down. This Z fight isn't going to be a pushover, though. Never is.
Yeah, so it will depend on if Pankraz goes and and gets that pass or not.
Well, Nightdew is almost at Zeromus, and that means bad karma. We have a question we gotta ask.
Is it bedtime yet?
Why do you always ask that? Why do you always want to sleep? Are you getting enough sleep?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm in a pandemic crisis situation here where sleep is for those who don't have to worry.
Well, Zeromus, we can't move him around. He's always got to be here, but we do give him a makeover every single time. Bad karma, do the honors.
Whose butt are we kicking this late at night?
Whose rear will appear?
Whose tookus is getting the bookus?
Whose rump are we gonna thump?
Whose derriere is way up there?
Isn't it down there?
It's up on the moon.
Up, but up, down at the bottom of the moon.
It's still above me. It's on the moon.
Okay.
Pankraz is going to go get that hovercraft and is going to get that pass, so we'll probably be about 45 seconds to a minute behind Nightdew, I think.
It's going to be close, but Nightdew has the definite advantage.
That's Nike, but that's Nike, but
And Bison Mice. Appropriate.
just look at that face.
Yeah, well, don't we want to tie into major movie marketing opportunities?
Well, we do, but the face.
Well, for us, meeting M. Bison-Miss was the best day of our lives. For him, it was Tuesday.
Yep, first Big Bang is out. Nightdew's got it probably nerfed.
A little bit of a high roll on that nerfed Big Bang, but should be able to clean it up.
Yeah, Rosa with a pretty healthy group, getting the Berserks out, getting the team up, as xPankraz is using the pass.
And so we'll see if Pankraz can make up this time in doing a little bit of damage with that Palom, but this is going to be really close.
Yeah, I think Pankraz can probably make up this time. I mean, look at the damage that's coming out with these Berserkers. You're getting 4,000 a round.
Big Bang coming out. I don't think this is nerfed.
Yeah, not too worried though. This is gonna help. Even though Nightdew was just sitting with that Rosa, so only needing to heal 3 targets. I don't think we'll be seeing Sid or Palom get back up. xPankraz though is in the fight. Gonna be revealing the M. Bison-Miss here shortly.
Black Hole will get rid of the Berserk status on both Yang and Kane on Nightdew's side. Pankraz's MVP Kane throws the crystal.
Yeah, and while we are having dueling Zeromus fights, if you haven't done so, please give these runners a follow. It just shows how evenly matched they are. Don't let the seed numbers fool you. They're both been doing an excellent race. Thank you for Gantetsu. xPankraz is 2.5 minutes behind right now, and we will see if he can make that up with this Nuke Palom.
Yeah, with a bluff Nuke Palom too. Big Bang coming out shouldn't take down any of these three. And a nice low roll on Rosa.
Get the silk webs out. The berserkers are going. Let's see if we can get these nukes flying for Pankraz.
Counter nuke on Rosa for Pankraz. Oh boy. Oh boy.
The question will be, is Rosa going to contribute with white spells? We have both Yang and Sid getting berserked, it looked like.
Yeah. For now, Rosa contributing healing. Yang doing...
Oh, you see what Pankraz is doing?
What's he doing?
He's doing math on stream, I think.
Always dangerous. The most dangerous game. But is he holding back?
He is.
To get that, to skip that, the refill? The health refill?
I think so. Because he's got that Star Veil.
Use that white with Rosa.
Oh, is this a Big Bang Shake or is that the refill? Rocks for Nightdew, though. I wonder if that was the refill, though, because that came right after Sid hit.
Yeah, now doing more direct damage. I don't know. But the flash for Nightdew.
Get your GGs in chat for Nightdew. We got an official time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, 21 seconds, and we will see about getting him in here for an interview.
Nightdew takes game 1 in a close match. What a race.
Unbelievable race. And just to be, coming down, had the time advantage on the Zeromas fight.
Yep, just went for it, just put the pedal to the floor, and takes it over Pankraz. Nightdew, he's never really left form, but he's rounding in form right at the right time, and he's joining us now. GG, Nightdew.
Hey, thank you very much.
How you feeling about that one?
Elated, and yet there were things I really wish I would have done better. Kinda, so, probably first and foremost among those, but yeah.
Well, when you first went into the Fey March, you saw the Rubicon sprite sitting there. You didn't check it out if it was your required elements or not. Were you thinking that you were going to tackle that later, whatever happened?
So, funny story, I'm rolling through, and I get that Baron key, and as I'm going through the Ancient Waterway, I just get this whole, like, if you, like, watch those cartoons where the clock goes off in somebody's head, and the little cuckoo duck comes out of it, and it just kind of pops up to me and says, oh, hey, you know what? That was a Ruby sprite down there. You probably should have looked at that.
We were wondering, you checked the Lunar Sparkle but didn't check the Ruby sprite, and we were wondering if that was going to hurt you, but finding actual leg in the Luca cave, we wondered if that would, like, send you right back to the Fey March.
I was going to do it before the moon anyways. Getting the confirmation of Ruby at the Luca cave was kind of nice, actually. So yeah, just said, yeah, you need to go do this, like, right now.
Pankraz did finish with a time of 1:35:05. Very well done. Just went back to the blue planet a little too early, and we're joined by Pankraz as well. Pankraz, GG.
GG's and GG's to Nightdew.
Yeah, you both ran very excellent, well-routed races. You guys were following each other, back and forth. Pankraz got to the moon a little bit before Nightdew did. Couple extra checks, but it all came down to. So the question I have for you, Pankraz, is you get that evil wall. You have that rat tail burning in your pocket, and you went and checked it. It gave you the pass, and you immediately reset. Was that the plan all along? Unless it was like pink tail.
I was hoping for a pink tail. I was hoping for something from that rat tail. Had to do something once I started on a top-down play, because I had no clue where Nightdew went on the moon. And with the evil all, with the rat tail in hand, I'm one item from go mode. I might as well go and check it. It could be a pink tail, it could be a rat tail, or not, it can't be a rat tail. It could be the legend sword, it could be a pan leading to one or even both. I didn't want to leave that possibility, especially after committing to taking a Valvalis at Cape Bahamut.
Yeah, and that was a really well executed fight, giving you the hook. Do you think, because that was probably one of the major differences? Nightdew saw that Val and left it. Did that, obviously that influenced your decision to go check that rat tail?
Oh yeah, I mean that's basically the whole reason I checked the rat tail, is because I committed, like I did the Val and then I did the King Queen Evelyn at the Murasame spot right afterward. I'd already started on a top-down sort of play, and it didn't give me any leads that I could immediately follow other than the rat tail, except the rat tail can't give me go mode unless it is exactly the pan giving both the pink tail and legend sword. So I knew I still had to stay on the moon. I had to find one of those two items or an evil wall up there, and once I find one of them, I can save scum that rat tail, see if I can pick up one of the last items, go from there.
Nightdew, you took a couple of resets during the race, but were able to really bounce back really well. What's kind of your strategy if you have to take a hard reset in kind of refocusing and getting back on the horse?
Kind of comes down to the fact where I've kind of just let myself just say, if I have to bang my head at it, and maybe I was a little too quick to that Kainyatso, and maybe I was kind of leaning a little too hard on that curse string I found in Watery Pass there. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, it's the one thing where I just keep throwing myself at this check, or I can actually go do progression, come back later. At that point I was thinking, okay, maybe I come back with, a few eggs of 10 key items because I was really close, and then all of a sudden it's Darkness Crystal, and now we have decisions to make. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I was prepared to die on a few hills, and quite fortunately, none of those hills were where I needed to be, or where I didn't need to be, actually.
And Pankraz, one of the things that really impressed us here in the booth was your use of Boreas strats. From the Boreas that you got in Baron Castle, you were able to use it to great effect on both that element spot and the Kainatsu.
Well, sometimes the game gives you, a really bad tier 4 item. You gotta make the most of it and do, 2,800 damage somewhere.
I'm gonna recommend, if you go back and watch the VOD, you could just skip that part where you get the Boreas. You don't want to, and shortly after, you don't want to hear any of the commentary that was said by me after that.
I know what the commentary is. You've piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, we were gonna watch it back anyway.
Now I know exactly where to start to watch.
Oh yeah. I make a very, there's reasons you two are, doing so well in this tournament, and I got knocked out in Swiss, and you proved many of the reasons in this race alone from both of you.
So that was a wildly entertaining game one. How do you each plan on following that up?
Probably a lot more shaking. again, when it comes down to it, and I know he had more checks than me, Pankraz does out-execute me, so there was a little bit of luck involved, going a little bit more to the grind when I'm not at work here, but, it's just, you gotta keep playing your game, and sometimes just hope you hit the right things at some points.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Like, I don't have plans to wildly change my gameplay. I play my game, and it's a pretty good game. At least so it's been shown so far. Keep on playing it, keep on hoping that it works out. Maybe get a little luckier, maybe get a little less lucky. Maybe don't sit in the menu trying to snipe a refill skip. Just little things.
Well, if you enjoyed this race, Game 2 is tomorrow night, same time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, same channel on Randomania.
If you won't be here, I will.
Oh, I'll be here.
I mean, I won't be in the booth. I'll be watching this time, but I'll be there watching.
We made plans, you see.
Well, we'll start with you, Nightdew. You're 1-0. You're going in with this advantage. Any final thoughts for the seed?
I think this is like 2 or 3 straight seeds where I have not seen like Cecil, Fu, anything like that. Where's the power?
In the giant.
In Yang's command menu. It's the third one down.
Yeah, that is true. That is where the power is. Yes.
Yeah, well, also there was a distinct lack of power staffs, so I feel you. I know where you're coming from.
And how about you, Pankraz? Any final thoughts?
It's kind of the same here. Like my last 2 seeds, I have had exactly 5 character options before I get to the moon, and this time I had 5 character options before going to the moon. All the dupes are showing up early, and these aren't powerful characters. I thought maybe I'll do the most of these. Maybe I'll go buy a cat claw. I didn't buy a cat claw. I'm hoping that maybe the next seed's a little bit kinder in that regard, at least, and we'll see what happens tomorrow night.
We can't wait to see what happens tomorrow night either. So, GG's again to both of you, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Yep, and thanks
GG's
all of you
both of
on
you.
the restream team for this one. Looking forward to watching it back and seeing everything.
Indeed.
Oh, and you did get your 6 scoops of vanilla. We were counting for you, Pankraz, if you weren't.
I definitely wasn't. I had a thought somewhere around going back to the moon where I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder how many scoops.
Yeah,
That it was 6. It's just, hey, neat.
The 6th one was that darkness crystal.
Hey, awesome. I'll take it.
Well, thank you both for being on the restream. It's a pleasure to watch both of you race. Like I said, look forward to tomorrow night and then any future races you guys are going to be in.
Of course, GG's, and have a great rest of the night.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up game 1 here, but there is more Free Enterprise action. We are going to send to Free Enterprise Dia and Possumorpheus running game 2. So, Bad Karma, always so much fun to commentate with you. Also want to thank our tracker Iker, our restreamer Dathis, and want to send everybody over. Don't spoil this race for anybody just joining Free Enterprise who wants to watch this race later. But Bad Karma, it was so much fun.
As always, it's great to be here. Great to work with you, Sheep Launcher. Do keep in mind, we are going over to the Dia Possumorpheus. If there is a game 3, that will actually be starting shortly after game 2. They have scheduled a triple header in case it goes to game 3. So be sure to get your light coffee because you might need it.
Yep. So for everybody here, so long.
We'll see you over at Free Enterprise.